So first of all, welcome Sathya, Julian and Rohit. Thank you very much for joining us today on this open conversation about culture, race and ethnicity. Could you tell us a little bit about microaggressions and what are they and how they may come across?
Microaggressions can be these kind of unintentional acts. It's not about whether there's intention, it's about impact. And what I love about the language we now have is actually microaggressions are those, it can be behaviors, it can be words, it can be actions that might seem subtle, they might be unintentional, but they are kind of putting a marginalized group as an other, right? They might be treating them like they're a threat. They might be treating them like they're dangerous. They might be treating them like, they're uneducated, or they might be treating them like they're poor, or all of these collective assumptions. But the point here is the act might seem micro, but the impact is not. Impact actually can be huge, because there's another metaphor of it's like death by 1,000 paper cuts. But they've done studies about microaggressions that each time you experience one, you remember all the others.
As a leader, how have you perhaps addressed, not maybe explicitly, race, ethnicity or culture? Have you made any conscious moves as a leader in the business to make sure that you are considering these elements? And if so, what have you perhaps done?
As a leader, being conscious about making sure everybody in the room has a voice and has the opportunity to speak. Doesn't matter what background you're from, the role that you play. If you're in the room, you deserve the seat at the table. Therefore, you deserve to be listened to, and people should want to hear your opinion. So it's making sure that you're very conscious in the room about who's talking and who isn't. There are always going to be some people that will dominate the conversation. And it's how you don't want to shut them off because they've got some great things to say, but you want to make sure the conversation diverts to that person in the corner being very, very quiet and giving them the platform to speak. I think that's one thing.
Firstly, I think the world is really moving on in terms of understanding that diversity is really strong for business. It makes businesses perform better. And so you're seeing a lot of diversity asks come from whether it's regulators because the government is looking for it, or investors because they want to see how well the company is performing long term. So it's a sustainability thing, or clients because again they want to know who they're partnering with, and so it's actually good for business.